Hi guys, Alex here, and I'm back to do a video response today to a new thread put up by Sid a few days ago. Well, I say new, it's reasonably new. I mean, it's been up a few days, but yeah, some great questions, and I wanted to get a response up as soon as I could. So I'm going to try my best and answer these questions. But playing in the background right now is White Light, White Heat by the Velvet Underground. Really getting into this, absolutely great album, and yeah, I'll get on and answer these questions. Right then, so I'll jump right into these questions. The first one was a really good question, actually. Is there an album that gives you goosebumps? And if so, what is your connection with the album? And like a lot of other people, I've kind of just had to narrow this down to a couple of albums, because there's so many that fit this question perfectly for me. I've always been someone that gets goosebumps a lot from listening to things and watching things as well. But I've kind of picked two albums here. The first one being this one. It doesn't need any introduction, of course. You all know this is the Velvet Underground and Nico with the famous Andy Warhol print there on the front. And it's not really the whole album that gives me goosebumps. It's really only a couple of specific songs, and the main one really is the third track on the album, Femme Fatale, which only clocks in at 2 minutes 37. But as soon as I hear the lyrics to that song, my mind just flicks straight to Edie Sedgwick, and I think back to when she was around, and when she obviously she was. If you don't know Edie Sedgwick, she was a kind of a socialite. Model / actress, and part of the Andy Warhol scene. She worked in Andy Warhol's factory when he was producing all his art, pop art in the 60s. And yeah, I just think back to her and that scene. I mean, obviously as well, Bob Dylan and Bob Newirth were part of that scene as well. I mean, there's lots and lots of opinions on this, and I don't want to go into too much depth, but yeah, tragically she died in 1971. After a drug overdose. Absolutely tragic loss for everyone I know, and yeah, when I listen to this song, I just think back to her and what her life must have been like, and you know, being part of that scene. I mean, as these guys were, the Velvet Underground. I mean, they were kind of entertainment for Andy Warhol and Edie Sedgwick in the factory back in the 60s as well. So they were right at the centre of this, and yeah. And Lou Reed has said that he wrote this song for Edie. So yeah, just that song, and I think Nico's voice as well on the whole album just gets me. Her voice is, yeah, just gives me goosebumps hearing her voice. It sparks so many emotions in me, and I don't really know why. It's just something about her voice, and also the instrumentation on this album as well. So yeah, had to pick that. And also the other one I wanted to mention was I don't actually have this one in a hard copy, but it's something Jeff Cordman recommended to me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm really thankful he did. This is certainly something that's going to become a big part of my musical listening experience in the future. I think I'm going to check out more of this guy's discography. But yeah, this is Bill Fay, his self-titled album, I believe from 1970, and Jeff recommended I listen to it. I've actually had it on a download I actually got it on download in the end, and I've listened to it through probably 3 times now, and it's got a kind of political consciousness to it that I really do love, and some of the songs are really emotional, and pretty much all of them give me goosebumps. But if I was to mention one, I'd say "Sing Us One of Your Songs, May." You just have to hear it just to know what I mean. This song is, the melody is so simple, the lyrics are so simple, and the whole song is just so simple. And Bill repeats himself, I think 3 times, but you know, you have to hear it to know what I mean. But it's just a spine-shivering song, and the whole album's like that. It's really a masterpiece, as Jeff said in, I think, one of his recent videos. So definitely go check that album out. It's really, really good. So yeah, I'll move on to the second question. What is your current musical obsession? And quite a tough question for me, but I'd have to say buying new vinyl. Just recently I seem to be splashing the cash in all directions, and I've really kind of rinsed my wallet out, if I'm quite honest, over the last couple of weeks. I've got a bunch, well not a bunch, but a few new things to show you that I'll show in my next vinyl update video, but everything just seems to have, you know, been turned up a notch in the last few weeks. I've been buying, you know, I've lost count of how many new albums I bought and new things. Obviously with Record Store Day it was kind of splashed out for that, but yeah, buying new vinyl and just something about going into a record store, buying a new record, taking the shrink wrap off, and it's just something I've become rather addicted to. So I'd say buying new vinyl is kind of a musical obsession for me at the moment. Not sure how long it can continue for though. Okay, number 3 was thrift store finds and flea market finds. I just picked out a couple, and this was the one that sprung to mind instantly. This is one I've showed before, quite a while ago now though. This is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, and I was absolutely psyched to find this. When I did, I was just just picked it up and ran straight to the till to pay for it, because I'd been looking around for it for a bit, and wanted to get some of Elton's stuff on vinyl, and this was just in such great condition with the trifold there. For getting this for a tenner, I think was an absolute bargain, especially as it was on yellow vinyl as well. Show you that yellow vinyl, and the vinyl was in great condition as well. So I was really happy to find this, and it's a really great album. I think probably one of Elton's best for sure. So yeah, really happy to find that one. One more. I also picked this one out. Really only picked this one out because it was one of my first records. This is Buddy Holly, Legend. And yeah, this is one of my first records I ever bought. I actually found this in a street fair in Oxfordshire somewhere, I think. Yeah, back sometime at the end of last year. And I found this I think for 20p, something ridiculous like that. And for an album that's in such good condition, again, the gatefold and the vinyl in great condition, it was just an amazing thing to find. And I guess it really sparked something for me, and started this passion for vinyl that has become obviously much greater now. But yeah, I was so happy to find this at the time, and kind of special and sentimental, if you like, because it was my first record. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 4, what is the album you're most proud about? And quite a tough one for me. I mean, I haven't really been doing this long enough to have many albums I'm really proud about, if you like. I'm just kind of picking up stuff that catches my eye and that that I'm into. And but I picked this one out. Showed this very recently in my Record Store Day video. This is an introduction to Syd Barrett, and kind of explained how I managed to get my hands on this in the video. There was only one in the store, and it was kind of the top of my list. So everyone was going for this, literally. I think there's probably 3 people going for it when they opened the doors, 3 or 4 people that were in front of me, and they got in first, but they had to go around the back of the stand, and I managed to slip around the back and pick this up. So I was absolutely ecstatic when I got my hands on this. Ironically, I actually found another copy in Oxford when I went back to do a bit more shopping last week. They had a copy of this in stock, but this was the only one in the store, and I'm really kind of a little bit proud of myself that I managed to pick this up on Record Store Day. But that's the best I got for that question. I really haven't got many records that I'm proud about, if you like. Just a lot of records that I really love and enjoy listening to, but not many that I'm proud about. Right then, so question 5 was recommend one record you think people should give a listen to. And this one was quite easy for me. I just jumped straight to this record because hands down this is the best record I've heard from 2011 by a long way, and I'm so glad I picked it up, and it's just an absolutely amazing album. This is PJ Harvey's Let England Shake, which he released, I believe, back in February. And before buying this, I'd heard the odd couple of songs from her that I didn't didn't really work for me. So I was a little bit apprehensive and hesitant when buying this as to whether I was going to like it or not. But it's probably the best purchase of the year for me so far. I'm so glad I picked it up because I've just gained so much from listening to this, and I've learnt a lot as well. Because I'd heard people saying she's one of the best songwriters in the world right now. I know there was all that going around, and I didn't really pay much attention to it, but after listening to this, I can confirm that for me, I definitely consider her to be one of the best songwriters in the world right now. She's just an incredible songwriter and an incredible musician in my eyes. And I think she picked this up because there's so much cool stuff on this. I mean, there's not a weak track on the whole album, and there's really cool instrumentation tied in with some really interesting vocals and a real political kind of feel as well. So yeah, I think pretty much everyone will find something they enjoy about this. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't heard it, then you definitely should. I know there has been people leaving me comments and stuff saying they've heard this and really enjoyed it. So, but if you haven't, then I don't care if you want to go download it or buy the CD or buy it on vinyl. Just buy the album and listen to it from start to finish, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it as much as I did, because there's something for everyone on this, for certainly. So and the artwork's pretty cool as well. So yeah, that would be the album I'd recommend. And then the final question was just give any advice to maybe newcomers to the vinyl community, and I guess pretty much everything's been said. Well, I can't think of anything that hasn't been said, if you like. So I just want to kind of reiterate what what Mr. Hall of Fame said, because I thought he gave a great answer to this. Just go with what you like. I mean, just don't be pigeonholed into liking certain things. I mean, he said something very interesting, which was, there's people that consider there to be essential records, core records that every person should own. And I agree to a certain extent that there are essential records, and they might be very popular or considered to be, legendary. But if they're not essential or core for you, just don't buy them. Don't be, as I say, pigeonholed into liking things that just don't work for you. Go with the stuff you like and really build a collection with that in mind. Because there's nothing worse, than having records just sitting on your shelf gathering dust, because it's just a waste of money and a waste of space, really. So, not to be contradictory here, but as well as that, keeping that in mind, you've also got to keep an open mind as well, I think. I mean, that's certainly been something that I've tried to do since joining this community and buying more and more vinyl, is keeping an open mind and experimenting with music, because I guess it's kind of a balancing act between keeping within your comfort zone, which has been something I've always done, as well as trying new things and broadening your musical horizons. But yeah, that's pretty much my response wrapped up. I think it's great that Sid's kind of got this thread thing going again. I'd like to post a new thread put it in the near future, but I haven't thought of any questions yet. But I really enjoy answering these threads, and yeah, I'll be back soon with another vinyl update video and more videos in the near future. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.